Hello, good morning. Today we're going to discuss about dividing decimals. This is for activity 2.5. To start with, let's have the parts of division equation first. We have 27 divided by 9 equals 3. 27 is our dividend, while 9 is our divisor, and 3 is our quotient. Remember these parts later because you're going to need it. Okay, to start with, let's have dividing decimals by whole numbers. So we have 2.7 divided by 9. For step 1, divide just like whole numbers. So we have 2.7 divided by 9. So 27 divided by 9, we have 3. 3 times 9, we have 27. 27 minus 27, we have 0. Step 2, count the number of decimal places in the dividend. So our dividend is 2.7. How many decimal numbers do we have? So we only have 1. Since we have 1 decimal numbers in the dividend, we're going to affix the decimal point. The number of decimal numbers in the quotient should be equal to the dividend. So we have 1 in the dividend, so we should have 1 in the quotient. So the answer is 0.3 or 0.3 or 3/10. So move forward, we have dividing decimals by decimals. So we have 2.8 divided by 0.4. So both of them are decimal numbers. So we have the step 1, move the decimal point of the divisor to make it a whole number. So we will move the decimal point of the divisor first. So to make it a whole number, you will move it once. So when you put the decimal point, 4 is already a whole number. So move the decimal point of the dividend the same number of times. You move this once, so you will also move this once. So we will have now 28 divided by 4. Now just remember, this 0 has no value. So divide just like whole numbers. 28 divided by 4, we have 7. 7 times 4, we have 28. 28 minus 28 is 0. So count the number of decimal places in the dividend. Do we have decimal places here? So we don't have. So we cannot affix the decimal point in the quotient since there's no decimal numbers in the dividend. So there should be no decimal number in the quotient. So the answer is 7. Let's have another example. So we have 9.6 divided by 0.16. Okay, so to start with, we're going to move the decimal point of the divisor. So we have 1, 2. So to make it a whole number, you will move the decimal point 2 times or twice. Since you move the decimal point twice in the divisor, you will also move the decimal point twice in the dividend. So 0.16 will become 16, 9.6 you will move twice, 1, 2. So you have the decimal point here. Since we're lacking one digit, so we're going to use the place value holder, which is 0. So you will put 1, 0. So 9.6 will become 960. So you will move to division. 96 divided by 16, we have 6. Times 16, we have 96. You're going to subtract 96 minus 96 equals 0. So bring down 0. 0 divided by 16, we have 0. And that's it. So since you already have the 0, the answer is 60. So this time we have dividing whole numbers with quotients in decimal forms. So we have 3 divided by 8. So when we are dealing with whole numbers, the divisor is bigger than the dividend, so you cannot divide this. But since we've already discussed decimals, we can divide this, but the answer will be a decimal number. So just remember, 3 is your dividend. 3 divided by 8. Okay? So step 1, write 0 and decimal point in the quotient. So 0 and decimal point. Step 2, write decimal point and 0 in the dividend. If you will notice, nagkabaligtad siya. So this time, you will have point 0. So, divide just like whole numbers. So we have 30 divided by 8, we have 3. 3 times 8, we have 24. We're going to subtract 30 minus 24, we have 6. So, since we don't have 0 here, you're going to add 0. 0, you're going to bring down 0. And 60 divided by 8, we have 7. 7 times 8, we have 56. You're going to subtract. 60 minus 56, we have 4. But since 4 is not yet 0, so you're going to add another 0. So just remember, you will add as many zeros as you need. So 0, so you will bring it down. 40 divided by 8, we have 5. 5 times 8, we have 40. 40 minus 40, we have 0. Since you've got 0, here, the answer for your difference, it means you're done with your division. So the answer is 0.375 or 375 thousandths. Another example, we have 1 divided by 4, or you can have it in fraction, we have 1/4. So we have 1 as the dividend divided by 4. So add 0 and decimal point. Step 2, adds decimal point and 0. So divide just like whole number, 10 divided by 4. We have 2. 2 times 4, we have 8. 10 minus 8, we have 2. So you add another 0. Since the answer for your difference is not yet 0, so you will bring it down. So 20 divided by 4, we have 5. 5 times 4, we have 20. 20 minus 20, we have 0. Do we have to add another 0? I don't think so. So since the answer for the difference is 0, it means you are done with dividing. So the answer is 0.25. So it means 1/4 is equals to 0.25. Okay? And that's it. I hope you have learned something, and I hope you can do activity 2.5. Goodbye, class.